Coming up on this episode.
It's kind of like a very longer version of Godzilla.
Who has the authority to overwrite my protocol?
Uchido finds herself in an endless pale gray expanse, barely able to move a muscle as she floats along. She's dreaming. No, that's not right. It's as if she's retreated into herself while something else takes control. In the distance, she spots a figure floating towards her. Uchido tries to get a better look at the being, but can't. She's too weak to even lift her head. In the magical dome at the bottom of the water-filled island, the party and Magnis have repaired the codex and apparatus, with the help of Zig and the other Androphon, of course. After their discussion with Sarah, everyone settled into some downtime, with Diego getting worked on, Phosphorus working on the repair efforts, Eamon taking frequent trips up to the Penumbra, and Renastiere and Magnis helping to defend the dome from the psychopomp attacks. Though on the fourth day, no attack has come. Only a letter slipped into the dome. We cut to myself reading said letter. Renastiere, I'd like to talk. I owe you and in turn Lark an explanation. Meet me at the base of the East Underwater Mountain. I do not plan on fighting, but you'd be a fool to not treat this note with some level of skepticism, so bring whomever you like. Take whatever precautions you deem necessary. I'll be waiting. Signed, Verus.
Did it just come through the wall, like the entry? Or
Yeah, like it was probably tossed
Can I
through.
step
Like
out?
airplane or like paper airplane?
Not paper airplane. It just like came through and then floated down. It is waterproof parchment, and you can step out.
I guess if Ren picks it up and starts reading it before I know what it is, I'm going to step out from the door, from the gate immediately and
Yeah,
just
it's
look
like
around.
An arch of slightly less
What do my elf eyes?
lighter colored
See.
blue barrier. Roll perception.
18.
You do not see anyone or anything. It's just dark water everywhere.
No magic sense
You look-
anything?
You do just catch the last kind of lingering magic of probably some form of teleportation.
Okay. I step back in.
But yeah, Bo and Baith are there. Magnis is there. Sarah is there as well. And then you two, obviously.
What is that? I saw some teleportation hints of it outside.
It appears there is not an attack today.
Oh.
It looks like whatever recognition Verus had of me got through at least a little bit. Perhaps she has some agency.
Do you know it's for sure her now?
I mean, I caught a glimpse of orange flesh when she turned to nothing.
I just meant, does the letter confirm anything about the...
I mean, without outright talking to her, probably. It's the closest we can get to confirmation. I still, even as the note states, want to take some level of precaution that this is not some sort of means to pull us away. So more likely than not, we will have to leave Magnis here.
Do they wish to meet somewhere?
I was going to say, do you want to just read it to everyone? You don't have to.
I would have.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page of what everyone other than you knows.
Yeah,
about
sorry.
that.
I would have. That would have been the first thing I
So I
did.
wonder,
Yeah.
as this happens, I guess the androids or Androphon are probably also approaching.
They're locked in as two. They were expecting a full attack. Magnus will say, yeah, that screams of pull as many competent people away. It could not be, but that's what every, fighter sense in my
Correct.
fighter's instinct
And
is for
I
me.
will check if we can discuss further when everyone is around. I would at least like 2 people to accompany me.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, he kind of looks to the other Androphon and Sarah. We're probably more protective here, so I would be more worried about the possibility of a trap
That's
for
true.
those
More
brought out.
likely than not, I'm sure my companions or our other companions will tag along, but at the very least, I would like you to stay. But
don't
I'm
want
sure
them to
you
be
have no qualm with that.
Because they'll be under the hum right away if they step out, right?
Yeah, the Androphon can't go. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Also, I will say, because you guys have at least Renastiere and Magnis, maybe Eamon a little bit, have now fought 3 straight days with the Androphon. They are quite capable.
Yeah.
You'd probably put Bo and Baith on par with like one of you guys in the party, and Sarah maybe on par with Magnis, if not better.
I don't
They've
want
made
to
it this
risk.
far.
I was just saying that just to give you guys, because you would know kind of rough.
My only thing I would throw out there is if they are using a tactic like this, then they could try to amp up their attack to something larger scale. Maybe us being here has increased Grimm's attention to this attack than more than a handful of psychopomps and a death knight. But it could be genuine, I don't know. But I don't want to leave it up to... I expect the worst, hope for the best.
Well, we can talk about this more. I suppose we should go show the others
Yes.
on the way. I guess as we're walking there. I know it's
it is like
half
15
hour away
minutes.
or something. Yeah, 15 minutes. I would ask, so have you decided what you'll... I mean, obviously pending conversation, but if it comes to blows again, are you going to try to end?
No, I will not try to kill her.
Okay.
Mainly because this confirms that she, even if she left willingly or wanted to leave, this isn't any form of corruption like as I feared. I feared she could have made some sort of deal or done something nefarious to leave out of grief. But I mean, even if this is still out of grief, Grimm is the reason we're here at all, so that kind of is why this entire situation is a little awkward for me. He is part of the reason why I'm alive at the moment.
Because you believe what she's doing to the Androphen are trying to do is not a form of corruption. It's
I think
a natural
Grimm
thing.
is doing what he is supposed to be doing. I'm obviously not wanting the androids to die, but I don't think Grimm is doing anything nefarious. This is just the way of things. I will obviously protect the androids with my life, but if we can avoid you and Magnis putting the finishing blow on them, I would encourage that as much as possible. Because
I agree.
I also don't wish to piss off Grimm. I already have enough neutral and good gods not happy with me with Annahel, so
I suppose it just, we'll have to find out for sure. But if she's just going to keep coming, then something might have to be done.
Well,
but we
they
can
will
cross that bridge.
They will keep coming regardless. She's just a factor in that. She's not the cause. I think Grimm's presence here says that unless we deal with the hum, this will persist until they are finished off. And unless you are planning on, I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying unless you're planning on wiping out all of Grimm's armies, there's not really a whole lot we can do. It's just a matter of time till they come back.
Magnis would say, Magnis and Sarah are going back with you. Sarah to get through the wall. She also is just coming back. And Magnis, just so everyone can be able to talk about it. But Magnis says, I know it's kind of my thing to be extra cautious, but I would say maybe reserve judgment of her until after you've spoken to her, because there could be more nefarious things that you're not aware of going on. She could have not even written that letter.
I mean, I agree. But I'm saying if all things are as they appear on the outset, then I don't have plans of killing her. But who knows? I also don't, I guess, the fact that Grimm is not necessarily a chosen, the name alone he is, does lend there to be more questions about Grimm as a whole. I don't know what his overall part in this is, other than facilitating the deaths of the those we cannot name's creation. It's a death and rebirth. Yeah. But I on the offset, unless there is something more nefarious at play here, I don't have anticipation to kill. I will protect and I will defend myself, but ultimately I don't anticipate having to kill her. But I will if I need to, or if I find out that this is not what I think it is.
Yeah. It makes me wonder how it seems like an either matter of importance or resources for Grimm if this matters this much, why only send? I mean, obviously, a Death Knight is not nothing, but nothing has worked so far. I mean, they've taken out one Entroffen, which is tragic. But if you had armies, as you say, why not? Why not send 4 Death Knights and get it over with?
There's so many things that it could possibly be.
I'm sure.
I mean, I could speculate there could be large amounts of pockets of androids like this that we're unaware of, that they are spread thin. I mean, obviously the tearing in the planes of existence probably is perked some ears up and drawn their attention. But I couldn't say for certain. I could even say maybe Grimm doesn't. This is more of a formality and not like any sort of malice.
Yeah. Above my head for now, but
yeah, as previously stated, I know Grimm on a very superficial basis.
More than the rest of us.
True, but I can't say that I can speak on his behalf or his intentions.
If I end up going with you, I'll be anxious to hear what they have to say.
Well, at the very least, I would like you and Diego to come. You both have a way of picking up on people in a way that I don't want my own biases and history with her to cloud my judgment. And he can give good opinions. I don't think Phosphorus really cares at the end of the day. More than a more like academic interest. But whether or not we kill Verus, I don't think he cares as much.
Doesn't seem like something you care much about.
No.
I think we also, I mean, this might be awkward for her, but we'll have to meet at the top of the mountain because we can't talk.
This is true.
Of the mountain without Phosphorus. Can Diego cast something where we talk like that? Or is that Phosphorus that did that?
I mean, Phosphorus may still want to come along. It's just, I really need you and Diego for the conversational side of things.
Oh, why is he always naked in that lake?
I don't know.
Yeah, you guys can get back right as they're finishing. When you kind of put the finishing touches on the apparatus, Phosphorus, last thing you do is probably give it one last dunk in the lake. It is worth noting the lake has probably receded a good couple feet, as a lot of the foundation has been absorbed during this repair process. But you give it one last dunk in that the cracks, the last like kind of crack in it fully repairs, and it kind of just reverts into a form where it's just a rod of adamantine with those 4 now all lit and fixed symbols on it. And at your whim, it can turn into whatever tool you need it to now, essentially.
Awesome.
As well as all the other things we talked about last time. Essentially, yeah. Whatever crafting tool you need.
Oh, it's not like these tools?
No, not thieves' tools. It's craftsman's tools. Sorry.
I just want to clarify.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Adamantine lockpick.
Yeah, and Diego, I mean, it's less visual. You just kind of take the word for it that it's fixed because it's just like a little diamond on the back of your neck.
I mean, I can like do stuff now, so.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably one last dunk of your head or neck into the lake.
I just imagine I've been just laying on my back in the water while they just deal with it.
Yeah. You kind of feel like a click on the back of your neck, and like just a shiver runs down you, kind of like just something like inside of you shifts, and you hear in your head, "Hello, I'm to assist you in whatever way I can in the complete and utter eradication of all automatons. Error, I must make 2 things known to you. 1, the directory is currently unreachable. 2, I am authorized to override all your existing functionality should the presence of an automaton be detected." It's that same voice before, except less.
How do I cancel that authorization?
Checking. You are not authorized to.
Who is?
Mecha 0.
Am I not Mecha Zero?
No. What is your designation?
Can I roll something to see if I can lie with this? I don't know. I guess I'll just do it. Mecha Zero.
Okay, why don't you roll deception?
I will point out Diego is 5 letters.
I know. I tried that already. I'm going to flip a coin. I'm going to flip my coin.
Okay, cool.
Hey!
Yeah!
Curse is broken.
That's a 29.
Yeah, because you got 14 on a die.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It says, "Error. That is not your designation."
Oh, how do I put this? I've been put into a mortal body, but I'm still designation Mecha Zero.
Error. You are not designation Mecha Zero. What is your designation?
Mecha Zero.
Error. You are not designation Mecha Zero. What is your designation?
Diego Zero.
Logged. Diego Zero.
Are you saying all this out loud?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it is all internal in your mind if you want it to be. I mean, you could say it out loud.
I look
but you don't need to.
perplexed.
Yeah.
I guess.
As you guys approach, Zig, the like kind of best craftsman of the Androphon, would just kind of look over to you guys and be like, "It's fixed." So
I hand Diego his scarf back.
Well, I'm assuming you would have given me that before.
I've taken it every day from your bedside. As soon as you go in the lake, I've grown fond of it.
Yeah, but I need
you can
to,
have
like,
it invested.
I need to invest.
Yeah, you can have it invested.
It was just
Which would
flavor.
be-
your flavor. You're good.
Really shitty
Whatever
if we
you gotta
fight in
do.
water.
I was mostly like, your cock's out and I don't have a towel, so I handed you
Yeah.
something.
Just wrapped a scarf around your waist. Still doesn't cover anything. She's like,
No, I guess I'd be getting dressed as I am talking to this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Zig, do you
Yeah,
hear,
yeah.
do you hear a voice in your head telling you, asking you what your designation is and stuff?
No. Is that happening?
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably the Codex.
Well,
What did it say?
I figured it wasn't something that I
Yeah,
had.
fair enough. What did it say?
It said it can't reach the directory,
Okay.
whatever that means.
Well, it's I think that's just like all of the information stored in the vault.
Cool. Also, it is authorized to override all of my functions if I see an automaton, which I would rather not have happen. I did try to tell it I was Mecha Zero. It doesn't believe me.
Yeah, I can probably tell it's attached to your brain stem. So
Yeah, I
you can
understand.
probably tell you're
I understand that, but isn't this technically part of Mecha Zero?
not. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it talked for them. So that's a new thing, which is interesting. Does that talk to you? He looks to you, Phosphorus?
I'm gonna take a moment, like concentrate on it.
Yeah.
Nothing. No, mine's not defective.
Voice in my head. What do I call you?
Error. I have no designation.
Give yourself a designation.
Error. I am incapable of giving myself a designation.
Oh my God.
So Ren got a note. That's why we're not fighting right now.
What is my designation?
I'm waving the paper at you.
I'm having a conversation with a disembodied voice in my head. Will you please give me a
I
minute?
thought they fixed
So
that.
we're not fighting today?
No, go ahead, finish if it's going to be quick.
I mean, it's going to be in his head. We could have a conversation right now. It's not going to affect him at all.
That is true.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see Verus, I guess,
Oh,
She
where?
wants to talk.
under the mountain.
If you want to you read him the letter,
Yes.
you
The
can
base
just-
of the mountain.
Yeah, at the base, not under the mountain.
In the
We must
mines.
dig.
Wait, so we're all going to leave. Who's staying behind?
Magnus.
Okay.
Well,
He raises-
technically, I only need Eamon and Diego, but if you'd like to also come, Phosphorus.
This screams ambush.
Yes.
Magnis nods. Sarah nods. All the Androphon nod.
Okay, I get it.
How far can our cannons shoot underwater? Do we have cannons?
We do
they
have
cannot.
cannons.
There's
They
no
cannot
way in
shoot
hell.
2 miles underwater.
Yeah.
They
We can
can't
just drop
shoot
the
2 miles
cannonballs.
out of water.
We can drop the cannonball and the weight
No,
can carry it
the
down.
cannonball is the issue. If we replace it with like a harpoon shaped, that could definitely go farther.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go 2 miles.
Are there enough water planets to invest? Anyway, just
But yeah.
I don't care. Your designation is Codex.
Understood. Codex.
Okay. Codex, what can you do for me?
I am here to assist you in the complete and utter eradication of all automatons.
Understood. What capabilities do you have to assist me?
I can reach out to the minds of anyone within a certain parameter of measurement.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured that one out already.
I can block your existence from the minds of beings within a certain parameter of measurement.
Okay, neat. So this thing that you are belonged to Mecha Zero before. If Mecha Zero no longer exists, who has the authority to overwrite my protocol? Your protocol.
Any other designation 0 unit.
Like me. Diego Zero.
Roll deception.
Fucking genius.
I almost said Diego 1. 26.
Don't you have his stats? You can see what you're trying to beat.
No.
No, I didn't know what the thing was going to talk to me. I just got the functions.
It says, yes.
Okay. Overwrite that protocol.
Overriding protocol.
Cool. Just to be clear, that was the protocol where I lose all of my sense of self when I see an automaton, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Roll will saving throw.
24.
24. When you succeed, you crit succeed, so nothing happens. You just kind of feel that chill over you again.
Everything going okay in there?
Okay, cool. I think I tricked it into letting me not lose myself when I see an automaton. So I think we're good on that. Remember that thing Umbra did?
Yeah,
I think I would have
remember.
done that.
Was it? Is it the
Good thing I'm
woman's?
smart. I'm a
Is it
smart boy.
Is it the woman's voice?
No.
Yeah, it is. It's a robotic woman's voice.
Oh.
But I, obviously.
I don't know. It sounded like this dude named Jack.
Error.
I think it is, but I don't think that was the woman's voice that Umbra was talking about. I think we talked to the Androphon about that, and they thought it was Elsif.
I did hear that voice, didn't I?
You did not hear it.
No, because he gave me the memory of it.
Mm.
So I have heard that specific voice, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, we never really into detail that. Yeah, and I believe at the time he would have described it as like weirdly robotic. So it would probably track it similar. Might not be the same.
For all we know, Elsif is a robot, so...
Could I roll something to see if my circlet would have any effect on that with Diego?
What do you mean?
Because it keeps me from something with automatons.
Did you say
Is that a
if it
different
would
thing?
like stop the voice?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you would know what it specifically has magic to stop detection magic identifying you as an oracle. That would do nothing for this. But like protection magic,
As far
could
as
be
I know,
something
Diego
to-
could be an oracle.
I still believe I am.
I haven't
The
ruled it out
tent
yet.
oracle.
Really, I'm just a dude that was born during a planar phenomenon that didn't get cool shit from it. So
Your
Yeah.
curse every
my
time.
mom just died.
Yeah, every time.
That's
your,
all I got.
Every time your curse increases, you get more homeless.
Yes.
You get another tent.
You were born during the biggest tea party that happened on Alios.
Yes.
Yeah.
You leak tea.
But yeah. But
So anyway, all right, guys, what's going on?
Okay, so Verus didn't come today. No one did. None of the psychopumps. So we got this note, and I'd read it again.
yeah.
So we're going to go talk to her, and as I've already kind of discussed with Eamon, I need at least, I mean, all of us are going, but I will need you and Eamon to be my guiding light in this conversation, because I have, I don't know, have I gone into detail about her relation to me with you all?
Yeah, I think it was like at the very beginning of the season. It was one of the
Isn't
first
she the
things.
one who like kind of saved you?
Yeah, and in the process, either some speculation they were lovers, maybe very good friends. Her partner, longtime partner, died in the process of bringing me back to life. So that was my fear, is that in her grief, she one thing I did want to clarify, did I interact with her very much?
No, specifically, you've never interacted with her. But you know it's pretty common for a lot of time to pass before you interact with the person that brought you back.
Got it.
Because it's it can be weird in a lot of ways. And also, yeah, most of the time you work alone.
Right.
So it's not even common to interact with her. But she was not... this happened just before you guys headed to Locali, which was many years after her partner died and all of that stuff happened.
So she didn't leave immediately after her partner died.
No, but they could
Something else
fester.
happened.
I've also never spoken to her, so there is that. But, things like this, especially when you've had a certain way of life and also the only way that you're able to live is a certain group of people, and then you find a way out years later, you might take it, especially if you are bitter about the things that have taken place.
Is part of this like the punishment for deserting your order? Is that like a capital offense?
It's more so the reason you are brought back is to fight corruption. That's the whole reason. You are given the deal that you will be brought back to fight corruption, and you are essentially going back on that deal when you abandon your post. So you're basically forfeiting your life at that point, because the whole purpose of being back is for that singular goal.
But that's not a grim deal, is it?
Yes.
I mean, it was a grim deal for Lorik, but then it's a deal with Lorik
Both.
to bring you back?
It's a deal between Lorik and Grim.
Yeah.
So Grim essentially can yank us back at any point. Honestly, this is Lorik is a very I don't know, convincing individual. Grim does not like people coming back. So for him to do this at all is very rare.
Well, if you remember, the crux of the deal, as we'll call it, is that Lark gave Grim a part of his soul.
Right.
And in return, he got a handful of souls to bring back that he can...
Keep facilitating.
Yeah. Not
But
just like...
even
yeah.
still, I mean, Lorik's a very powerful person. I still think that this is not a deal Grim would make with a lot of people. But him also being an extremely powerful undead probably sweetened the pot a bit. So, but to say that this is a deal that is not one that could be made by anyone besides Lorik and a few other people is probably understating it. So to take that occurrence and kind of wipe your ass with it is a little uncouth where we come from. So that's why initially I was dispatched to potentially end her life, depending on the circumstances of how she left. But that's why this whole situation becomes exceedingly complicated, because the person who made the deal is part of the deal, now holds her reins. So, but she seemingly has enough, assuming this isn't an ambush, she has enough agency to be able to communicate with me. And even I noticed her hesitation briefly that she recognized me in our first combat.
She didn't seem to go after you at all.
No, actually, she actively tried to avoid that. So I don't know if that's a Lorik thing, if that's a personal thing, but that's
Grim
why we're
thing.
going to go talk to her. But that's also why, it's difficult for me to look at the person who had to sacrifice so much to bring me back. Even if that is expected of us, it's still a hard burden to bear. And I don't have any necessarily malice towards her, especially knowing now that she's not didn't make some deal with some otherworldly being to sever the deal or something outwardly malicious. I mean, it still could be. Grim is, as I explained to Eamon, very perplexing the more that we've learned about him. So maybe I will get further information that will change my mind, but I just want to make sure that everyone is keeping me from letting my emotions guide me.
Maybe
One way or the other.
Maybe she'll know something about Uchido too.
Could. I mean, it is a big, large group, organization, group.
Sure.
So,
Zane.
yeah.
Yeah. While all of that was happening, Sarah and Zig were talking. And Zig will come over. He says, "Sounds like you two are leaving for the time being. Real
Yeah.
quick. Whenever you get back, we can start work on making a key.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we need
Because
to
we
make
need,
a key.
That is
I
kind
thought
of
we
the
were already
thing.
done.
You kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, we need the codex and the apparatus. It'll probably take a good while. We have the materials for it. Pretty hard stuff to find. He would just have a raw chunk of, he says, this is miltite, that white crystal stuff. So
All right.
I believe we'll need both of you, but
You know, rough idea how long that'll take?
probably 240 hours to make, and then 3 times that for it to compress.
So
We'll be here for a while.
Yeah.
But the compressing, you just wait. That can be done wherever. It has to. So it's such a complex. There's so much in it that it has to like go through and activate itself all the way through, and that normally takes quite a while. But it'll just do that while you have it. The making it should only take 240 hours, which is 10 days.
Yeah. So 40 days total.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're not doing anything active once it
Yeah.
starts compressing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Neat.
Got it.
Well,
One last thing. I guess because you're kind of an anomaly even to the androids themselves, there is a possibility they could be hostile to you, Diego. I'm not certain. You obviously aren't suspect to Elisif's song, so maybe that they're aware of such things. Elsif.
I didn't do it this time. That was all him.
Yeah.
well, I'm used to people being hostile towards me, so
That's my industry attitude.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's something to be aware of.
It's not an Android thing most of the
Yeah.
time.
it's just a
Magnis
Diego
is like,
thing.
yeah, being an android is the least of your problems.
And even he's saying that.
yeah, I don't know what that means. Magnis is, I don't know.
Yeah,
He
I'm
doesn't-
worse. For sure.
Yeah, you're a stinky boy. All right.
Okay.
I couldn't think of an insult. Okay.
I was like to use all your
You're very
energy
stinky.
lying
Yeah.
to your neck piece.
I've got this voice going on in my head. Before we go, I would look at Renastiere and I would just say in my head, Codex, can you identify the creature in front of me?
Error. The directory is currently unreachable.
How do I reconnect? How do we reach that? How do I troubleshoot? Do I turn you off and turn you back on?
We must return to the error. I am incapable of explaining.
Understood.
Can you say the things we can't say now? Now that you're like partially android?
I try to say vault.
No.
Cool.
Well, I mean, you could probably just say the word vault, but not in any context that would
Yeah,
make
but
sense.
the context would be
Oh, yeah, then no.
yeah. No.
Magnus will just start talking shop with Sarah about defensive plans
Oh, is
'Cause he's-
Magnus not going with us?
because
No.
he's pretty
Just
convinced.
No,
in case
just in
they're
case, yeah.
luring us away to.
In case this is a
Yeah.
ambush.
Do they
Yeah,
have
but what
a
if it's an
way-
ambush where we're going?
I mean,
Yeah.
Magnus is under the impression that both of those things are happening.
Yeah,
He is
both
very
could be
paranoid.
possible.
Do
It's
we
kind
have
of
a way to contact
Magnus is
at
really
all?
strong.
Not once
No.
we leave.
Especially because if you're
If
in
they
the
step
barrier,
out of the gate a little bit?
only Magnus could.
Does
'Cause
Magnus
they
have sending?
No.
Then no.
But you can cast status on Magnus?
It would
that'll
be blocked by
broken.
the barrier.
Yes, but if he steps out of it,
Yeah.
we'd
I'll
know.
know where he is at least.
Yeah.
and that could be a signal to us
That
to
is
shit
such a
went
good
down.
idea.
But what if they're
Dude.
waiting for Magnus to step out and they shank him?
He'd also say that you're going to the base of the mountain, and he's a fire boy.
I
So, like,
know.
if something happens underwater, he's not much.
Yeah, if
It's a
only,
bit rough
only
for
has
him
like
anyway.
an
It's more
ice
so we
laser.
can come help you, not so you can come help us.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I
But-
cast status on Magnus.
Okay.
Also, we will be probably having to go above water, so then our ship could help.
That is true.
I don't know.
We've decided in this world you can't talk underwater with a water breathing spell.
Yes.
Currently, time-wise, even though you're kind of in a dome under a bunch of water, it is the evening of the 26th of Last Bloom.
Is it my birthday?
It is the day before your birthday.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully, we TPK before your birthday.
Guys, we gotta live till tomorrow. I think they're throwing a surprise birthday party for me on the ship
Why would they do that?
because it's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh, do they know?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I put it on the calendar hanging in the
I don't look at
dining
that.
hall.
Well, I guess if I'm not up there to erase it, then it's probably still there.
I think he mistook it for the
no,
worship team
when we
sign
went
up.
back up, I took care of it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I think he mistook it for the worship team sign up, and he wrote Diego was here over it. He
Oh.
does.
Yeah, usually I do that, but if you did it while
I mean, I'm not asking
those
for a
days.
party. I don't want a party.
Sounds
I
like you are.
No,
All right,
no.
Then
If I
we
could,
won't
like,
throw you a party.
Good. I don't want one.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you want one, though.
I just think as friends,
We're acquaintances.
parties are a way to show
You didn't celebrate my birthday.
how
or
you
mine.
care. Well, as I said, it's a way to show you care.
Well, we didn't play through any of your guys' birthdays.
I think I was in prison.
All your birthdays were in downtime.
Yeah. Well, even the year before you were in prison, you didn't celebrate our birthday because we do share one.
I have two
You and I have
birthdays,
the
and no
same
one has
birthday?
even asked me
No.
about those.
Me and Phosphorus do.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like little twins.
No, I'm like
Different
half
years.
his age.
Yeah.
But close, I
How
guess.
old are you?
I don't know. How old are you, Eamon?
I'll be turning like 29.
I'm that.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are older than me? That's sad.
This happens every time ages get brought up.
Literally all of that gets brought up.
Phosphorus and I are the ones who know how old we are. Then there's the rest of the party.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm 12 now.
No one cares about both of my birthdays.
God, we're almost 30?
Yeah, so any preparation you guys do before you go?
Do we want to use the... Yeah, so we want the swim speed, so...
Yeah, you have 5 of those left, I believe.
Yes.
Did you only use 3?
I don't need them. And you only need 2.
I only need the breathing one, I think.
So if you only use 2 of those, then the next time we all have to go back up with Magnis.
Okay.
We can have 3.
I will use 2 and cast water breathing on... Do you need
Does
water
yours let you
breathing?
breathe underwater? I think it just gives you a swim speed.
No, it lets me breathe.
Okay. I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's why I ask. Okay.
Are you good on breathing?
If you want me to burn spells, if you want me to burn magical energy, I can. I have a way to turn into a water elemental.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
going to give you water breathing.
Great.
Well, I think...
Swim speed.
No, it does not.
yeah.
I
you
thought
need
it
water
did.
breathing. Just gives you a swim speed.
Could we grab more from the ship while we're there?
What do you mean grab one?
Do we have more of those in the ship?
No.
No, he has 5.
Cool. Yeah.
We're not going to the ship. Stop going to the ship.
So phosphorus.
It's my new home, and it's been taken away from me. And this place is no color.
It hasn't been...
boring.
What do you mean? There's a lot. There's gold. There's platinum. There's...
Does anyone else get static shocked when you walk in the grass?
The foundation is like blue.
Yeah, deep blue, glimmery blue.
I never see blue anywhere.
So phosphorus and Eamon are taking elixirs. So swim speed of 20 feet, can breathe underwater for 24 hours.
20 feet, huh? Slowpokes.
I mean, I can get
You
90
know what
feet.
didn't get brought up last time? Doesn't that like nerf you on land?
No, that is
'Cause
that's the spell.
That's
The
the spell?
elixir doesn't.
Cool.
Yeah, that gives you fins. That's the spell that does that. And then you're casting water breathing twice. One on Renastiere, one on Diego.
Yep.
And then they just have their normal speed, so 30 and 40.
How are we going to get the message across to her that we need to go up on land?
How long does that last?
24 hours.
Okay. So
Yeah, because I'm casting it at 4th level, which increases until your next daily preparation.
We have waterproof paper. We can just keep passing notes back and forth.
It's true. This one slip of paper.
Yeah. So what? Anything else before you guys set out?
I think that's it.
Okay. Magnus and Sarah would go back to the entrance with you.
I
So we're gonna
relay
keep guard
again
anyways.
the signal. It's like, don't step out of the barrier
Yeah.
unless you like need help.
I'm going to give
Sure.
a potion of water breathing to Magnus in case he needs to follow us for whatever reason.
Okay. That's probably smart. He'll take it.
How long does your telepathy last?
10 minutes.
Okay.
So I was going to wait until we're closer.
Yeah, I can just do that if you want.
Oh, cool.
I say in your mind.
Oh.
Is that just to me or?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't.
So everyone
I
else
don't
just-
need to burn a spell. No, we have to rely on you then.
For what?
I just go into Eamon's mind. Oh, I don't go in.
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say it's pretty invasive.
I vomit
I take
tea.
over Eamon's body. No, I connect to Eamon's mind. I'm just going to keep this connection open for a bit. If you see anything, just let me know.
You're going to keep this connection in my mind open that you're talking to me without using your voice, just in
Yes.
case. Okay.
Well, can they respond?
There's sound effects.
Yeah. Anything else before you guys leave?
Is there something you want us to do before we leave? Is that why you're asking?
No, I'm literally just specifying before
you
you
want to
guys leave.
split the party before you leave?
I'm going to stay with Magnus.
Well, you want
I'm
to
going to
split
go
the
to the
party?
ship.
So no, I'm
No.
literally just
I
clarifying
have
so we can
nothing I
move
could
on.
think of
Okay,
to do.
cool,
No.
cool.
Do we? I mean, I'm sure Magnus is doing this with the defensive plans. They're like bolstering the defenses a bit during
Yeah,
this time.
basically the whole
perhaps.
time he'd be talking to Sarah just
Okay.
about what to do and stuff. They bond over both being able to cast Meteor Swarm.
They bond over both being super paranoid.
So, yeah, you guys, they'll see you off. Everyone's there by the barrier to protect it.
Neat.
They do real quick ask someone to step out and come back in just in case you guys get jumped right out there.
I send Sulfur out.
Okay, cool. You're good.
Comes back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's roughly 6 miles to get to the base of the mountain, which with your lowest travel speed being 20 feet, that's about 3 hours of underwater travel total to get to where you are meeting Verus. If you don't remember, it's pretty cool down here. Pretty cold. Anything on the way there, other than I assume everyone's like on guard pretty much at all times in terms of looking out? Is dark vision given out?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Because it is dark down here. Okay. To everyone except Diego?
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering.
Do you want it just in case you lose your eyes?
I don't need it either.
Is the connection
My
still
eyes
working,
will heal
Diego?
now, so. What?
Is the connection still working? I say in my mind.
Yes.
Okay. How long does this last?
I just do it.
Oh.
I'm just keeping it open just in
Yeah.
case you see something that I don't.
Sure. We go with the usual strategy. Deception, you.
Mm-hmm.
Lies, you. Flattery, honest flattery.
Mm-hmm.
Keep to my...
Well, and I can help with that.
Sure. I can. My deception's fine. Not great. But
I think it's more if like I'm lying, you being the hype man to it.
yeah. Mm.
I think that helps. Same with your persuasiveness.
Do you know like Grim languages? Is that a language that exists? Languages of that place, the Boneyard.
I don't. I'm assuming Necril, but I don't know that.
Well, it's actually not. Most psychopomps are not undead. They're actually living. Like those skeletons are affected hurt by negative energy and healed by positive energy.
Would they speak?
They just are. Most psychopomps that leave the plane for any reason have some capability to interact with mortals because they like. If their purpose is to leave, like that's kind of the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there is a clear language for psychopomps, because most of them just know a wide range of languages.
Neat.
Okay.
I know Shadow Tongue. I don't think that has to do with anything, but
Probably not commonly known for psychopomps, no.
Should we all stay?
I don't think that'll ever come up in the rest of the campaign.
It definitely will. Do not worry.
I won't be there.
Should we all just be visible during this interaction?
Yeah, I guess. I don't.
Feels like we're prepping for an ambush. Someone should be hidden.
What is your movement order?
I mean, Phosphorus can certainly hide.
I guess
but
I would be at the first.
I'm
the one.
Yeah,
being
because you're all just
anticipated.
swimming, so you have like all degrees of setup. that
No,
you
we're
want.
still in a straight line.
I would just be
I mean, you can.
closer to Renastiere, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe he and I are on either side of him.
Okay.
My hype guy.
I want to be at least 15 feet away from everybody.
Okay. But exactly 15 feet in case Glimpse of Redemption is needed?
No, actually, in case I have to use a monster form, I'm not knocking someone out of the way.
Okay. Cool.
Kraken.
I
Yeah.
wish, man.
So you guys swim for about 2-ish hours before you hit that kelp forest area. The 100 to 200 foot tall, thick kelp obscures vision heavily. Do you want to swim through it? Above it?
I would like to go above it.
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
Tap Renistier's shoulder and like point.
If we need to add time to go around this, let's do it. But I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah, well, you guys just have to swim up like 50 feet, so
Yeah.
it's not too much time at it.
Yeah,
because
we
you
go
just
around.
keep swimming the same direction.
I'd rather not find out if there's anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just thick green kelp that stretches very high. Yeah. Do you want to swim right above it or give it space?
I'd give it space, yes.
Yeah, probably a little space.
30 feet?
We'll say 50 feet.
Okay, sounds good. You guys finish out the last hour of the swim. All of you on high alert, looking around. You clock nothing below you, above you, anywhere else other than eventually Verus does come into view. She is standing. The mountains are obviously in view at a certain point, the base of the mountains. She's standing on kind of like a rocky outcropping of the mountain. And when she sees all of you, again, she's in complete, like every part of her is in a full set of just like black armor. So there's nothing you can really see other than there's 3 slits on each of her sides that appear to be pulsing. She gives like a wave of like follow, and then she goes off the rocky outcropping and swims down.
Oh boy.
This doesn't scream ambush.
Be on your guard.
I will say you
That
guys
goes
don't
without
clock
saying.
anything in the kelp below you. Anything else other than Verus, from what you can tell.
I can cast a message to her, or you can do this to her. Do we need to say anything now? Like ask where she's going? Or?
I don't think so. I think she's too far away from me.
Okay.
You guys approach.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, you just see the end of her kind of swim into an opening in the base of the mountain, the Underwater Mountain, just like a 10-ish foot wide cave entrance. Obviously, it's underwater, but
I'm never going to use monstrosity form.
yeah, you know me, I deliberately made a place where you couldn't use it. Who knows? You guys just keep going?
I'm going to cast telepathy.
Okay. She's not within 60 feet
I don't give a shit about
or
her.
30 feet or whatever. Okay.
Could I cast message? It's a 500-foot range.
Sure. Yeah, you can cast it before she kind of swims out of view. What do you say?
I would just say, where are you taking us? She can speak back in message.
Yes. She says, somewhere to talk.
Safe for us?
Yes.
I just leave it at that and nod to
Well,
the,
I'm going to give you a perception roll because you did like interact with her to like get intentions. I mean, you obviously can't read any facial features, but she seems genuine.
Okay.
In
I
what
would
she's
not
saying.
use a coin on that or anything. But
For sure. Okay. And so you guys just want to follow? It's just like a 10-foot cave opening. It's not quite like all the way down to the sand. It's just kind of in the mountain. It does look natural. It doesn't look like it was like weirdly dug out or anything.
Does my magic sense pick up anything besides her?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing. Renastiere would be the first to the entrance. It goes about 10 feet in before curving upwards.
I'd breach. Yeah.
Yeah. After it curves upwards, there's a water surface about 20 feet above it. Yeah, you breach. Everyone probably quickly follows suit. About in an 80-foot diameter cave, 12 feet tall ceilings. You're in a 10-foot diameter pool of water on the north side of the room, which is where you guys have all just surfaced. The cave is empty except for Verus, who is dripping wet but stands kind of back from the pool a ways, weapons stowed. Though she does have them on her, and it appears there's nothing else in this room. Just kidding. I'm supposed to roll a secret check. Just kidding. You didn't hear that. I forgot. I'm not supposed to tell you. That's so dumb. That's my bad.
So internal monologues
That's
are typically on the
so my
inside of your
bad.
head.
Yeah, I did actually legitimately. I was like, I'm talking and I'm thinking this. So thank God some of you passed so I can tell you and not feel
Well, I was
bad.
going to say, to answer your previous question, now would be the time I cast True Sight.
Cool.
I cast light on my wand and hold it up as well.
Okay. You do all have dark vision. Just worth noting. But you
Yes.
can still do that.
I didn't need any help with it.
Okay.
You tell me that in my mind.
Eamon and Diego. Eamon, with your kind of vision of magic, you see just like lingering, deeply ingrained magic in the whole south side of the room, it looks like. And when you take a look, and this is what you pick up on as well, Diego, the stone is a paler gray compared to the rest of the cave. And that paler look kind of, the stone becomes darker to its normal color, kind of the further away you get from that side of the room, the other side from where you've surfaced.
Is that where she is at?
No, she's
Okay.
just standing a little ways back from the pool that you have exited from, the little pool of water. And there's just kind of like this weird chill that runs over both of you as you look that way.
Can I sense what school of magic?
Yeah, why don't both of you roll religion?
Can I roll esoteric lore?
No, because you're identifying magic.
Fuck.
Do I get anything with True Sight?
I don't think so,
Okay.
because you did not pass the perception check.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, everything
can it be
seems
Arcana?
as it is. No, because it is divine magic.
22.
So it's religion.
Can it be deception?
No, it cannot be deception.
Occultism.
No.
Damn it. Okay, 19.
Both of you pass. This appears to have been where a powerful spell connected to the boneyard was sustained for a good chunk of time. At least for several days, if not weeks or months. This caused the magic of the boneyard to kind of leak into the surrounding cave, which is what has caused that like weird feeling in the paler stone and such. Though it is pretty obvious that whatever was keeping that in place is no longer there, or whatever that magic was, like it has it is no longer happening. It is just the remnants of that having taken place over that amount of time.
You getting that boneyard chill, Eamon?
Yeah.
Verus would just look to all of you and just kind of like motion for you to get out. She would raise her hands
I'd
in
have
a
my
way that's like,
stuff stowed as well.
yeah.
Just keep my wand out, but just light on the tip of it.
Yeah. She looks at you, Renastiere. She says, hello.
Hello. So
Hello there. My name is Diego.
Verus.
This is, obviously, Renastiere, Phosphorus, and Eamon here.
She just nods to each of you.
these are my companions. Obviously, I've never talked to you.
Yes.
So is this a trap?
No.
Neat.
I'm
Just
gonna
wanted
That's what
to-
I said.
I'm going to stay near the pool when we exited.
Okay.
I'm not moving farther in at all.
Cool. She says, I owe you an explanation.
Yes, me and Lorik, as you can imagine.
Yes. I will assume you know little of how you came to be. So I will start at the very beginning. Me and Aninka were looking into the Akio family. You were doing the same as a guard. You were killed for this. Aninka insisted that you be taken to Larak to potentially join us. I was adamant that it was too dangerous. You had been killed for what you knew if your corpse went missing. It was too risky, but she insisted, and eventually I agreed. We got in, got out, didn't think anyone had noticed, left a corpse. Someone had to stay behind to keep an eye on things while one of us went back. She is not like us, much smaller. Wields magic. Only I could carry you. So I did. And halfway back, she was killed. At first, I blamed you. I won't lie to you. But I am no fool, and by the time I got to Larik, I knew it was not your fault. If anything, she had died so that you could be brought back. And once I dropped you off, I wanted to go back, but Larik persuaded me against doing so, and he was right. I was going to throw my life away in revenge, so I didn't go. I was sent somewhere else. I don't know if you know this, Renastiere, but you are special within the Order. You are the first of us to come back with a concrete connection to Tezetsios. Lark would probably never tell you, but he was very proud of that. I heard many good things of what you had done, and I know it is wrong of me to think so, but I was only reminded of what I had lost every time you came up. As I said, I know that is not your fault, but I'm also aware enough to know that it is simply how I feel, and after some time, I couldn't take it anymore. Just as you had been brought back with a connection to Tezetsios, I had one with Grimm, though it was less magical in nature. And I reached out and got out of the Order. I, especially in hindsight, know that what I did was wrong to some degree. I should have told Larak at the very least, but I simply couldn't face the man who gave me my second chance and tell him that his golden boy was the reason I was leaving, even if I thought he might understand why. And for a while, I had gotten away from it all. And then you showed up at the bottom of an ocean in the sky. The last place I thought I would see anyone, let alone you, of all people. And in that moment, I could not bring myself to strike you down. I do not plan to do that now still, but if you would allow me, I would like to know why you stand against Grimm in this act of culling the Androphen.
Just before you do that, this whole time I'd like to be reading expressions and things like that. I just didn't want to interrupt.
For sure. I was going to say,
talking,
I assume I'm going to roll perception for everyone. Yeah. I mean, again, you don't have any facial expressions to go off of, so keep that in mind, because it's just an orc in armor. And the armor does cover like literally everything. But in terms of body language and tone of voice, it's pretty hard to deny that at least like at face value, all that has been said is undeniably true. She probably really does feel conflicted in a lot of ways about just like everything she's talked about and such. Yeah, no like warning flags or anything, nothing that would point to like a weird signal or something to like send like it to like have people come in behind you or anything. I guess the point is nothing seems off.
Okay.
I would interject.
Mm-hmm.
But I would kind of shoot Renastiere a look of like, I'm going to jump in now.
I'd put my hand up. Quick.
Okay.
I can understand your confusion, and in fairness, I too could not anticipate that you would be here, let alone that you are with Grimm. As you were with the Order, you probably could pick up the whole reason I'm here is to find you. It's not normal for someone to fall off Lorik's radar.
How did you know I was here?
That was happenstance. All I had heard was that your last noted location was nearby. But ever since I've come up here, I've been chasing ghosts. No one has seen hide or tail of you, so instead, we found ourselves on the path of the echoes of the Androphen, and we did not know that Grimm was involved at all until we came to this island. We've gone to a few others. Grimm's presence was not found there. There was just corpses. Probably, maybe it was his doing, but all I know is that right now there is something wrong with our existence, with life, with the Androphen, and I don't know what to think of Grimm at this point in time, because he is not as we have been taught. I'm not sure if you're aware of that either, of him being a chosen in name alone, but not in actual position.
You would not be able to share that information.
What at what point was I stopped?
That's a great question. Should have been listening harder, or had been aware of that. Probably should have just stopped you when you would have stopped. Probably when you were like that he is not like along those lines.
Okay.
It would just like catch in your throat. Same feeling you've had a lot about those.
What if I tried to say he's more powerful?
Yeah, that's probably okay.
He is more powerful than he gives off, or what we've been taught.
To me, it matters little.
And I'm not here to persuade you away from your path. Of all the outcomes, this is probably the one Lorik would be most agreeable to, because through Grimm we got our second chance, along with Tizetsios, and by extension Lorik. But so our fear was that you had severed the tie through less favorable means. But
Yeah, she just kind of nods, as in like,
so if to clear the air, I have no desire to kill you. I don't. It is not Lorik's desire as well.
I don't think you could. I am tied to the boneyard now.
Can I just ask you, does Grim know you're having this conversation right now?
In a sense, yes.
I mean, you're kind of, I don't want to sound, for lack of a better term, you're shirking your duty right now. You're not attacking on the cycle that you usually attack.
I am not, yes.
So is Grim cool with that, or?
No. By now, most of the Androphan will be cold.
Why do you say that?
Because that is why I brought you here. I did not want you to die along with them. She looks to you, Renastiere.
So what?
Anticipated this outcome could be one.
So what's their trump card? Sending in?
There is nothing you could have done.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just curious. At this point, sounds like it's a lost cause.
Let's just say that the man himself made an appearance.
Ooh.
And you cannot fight death.
I know a swordsman who might disagree.
You guys would hear in your head through telepathy. Should one of us head back to check?
I would say I don't think it's safe for one of us to go back and check.
Magnis is... Like, I got faith in Magnis dealing a lot of damage, but...
I thought he would step out by the gate. Now, if he had a chance to.
Oh, they're going through the gate.
Yeah, and it's Grim is involved.
Sorry, do you mean that? Just clarifying, that Grim himself is there?
In a sense.
In a sense, so more like an avatar?
She would nod.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Can go.
I promise you, there is nothing any of you could have done.
I would disagree.
I know you would disagree, but that is a fool's errand.
listen. All I know is, as you've stated, I have a tie to Zetzios. I have been directly indicated by him, well, directly as in the Watcher came to me to tell me to continue on this path. So something is awry here, something that the very fabric of our existence could hinge on. I don't know what Grimm's part is in all of this, but let's just say that, as you probably are not showing all of your hand, present company has more power than you may anticipate. So if, let's just say hypothetically, they did stem the assault, how long will it persist? Until they are eradicated?
I can assure you, no one there could have survived.
Why now?
Because things have escalated to a point where Grimm himself was needed.
Just because we were involved?
And because it was taking so long.
I just think it sounds like it's been taking long for a long time. I'm confused on why this moment.
Because it was deemed so.
There are many things we've met that defy death in many ways. Why are these folk so offensive to Grimm and what they do?
It is like... She kind of looks to you, Renastiere. It is like a form of undeath, one might say. Not particularly undeath, but they are functioning outside of the normal cycle of souls.
Does it not ring a bell for either one of you?
Well, we
yes,
made the
but
deal with
we
Grimm.
are
But you got
under
permission.
Grimm's. Yes, and
Interesting.
these Androphan do not.
So it's not Grim isn't simply doing his duty. He's
Well, it
making,
is part of
making
his
own
duty.
choices.
Undead is an affront to Grim. It's just that in our particular case, it is a fighting fire with fire type situation. We are just essentially licensed to do so, but anyone outside of those confines is not approved by Grim, so therefore it is considered unnatural.
If you wish to throw your lives away and return there, I cannot stop you. I only ask, and she looks at you, Renastiere, that you do not.
Where we tread now goes far beyond any of our lives present, because if things continue on the way they're going, it is very likely that it won't matter if I live or die, and that is the entire reason I have been brought back in the first place. I'm sure you can understand that. I won't stand by as I watch, especially the work that I and your partner have fought so hard and died for, thrown away in the grand scheme of things. That, as much as it pains me to say, the situation in Wakuzana it pales in comparison to what we have stumbled across, and I don't anticipate that I will walk out the other side alive with where we walk, but I don't want to die. I will not needlessly throw my life away, but if I must die, that others might live, that is my entire purpose here.
If I have heard anything about you, Renastiere, it is that you are a man of your word, so I will not continue to try to sway any of you.
What magic was cast here?
Is this where you all came through?
Yes. The vessel used to do so needed to breathe.
Who was the vessel?
It is not for you to know.
Where will you go now?
I will return to the boneyard.
Are you similarly dispatched to situations like this?
I assume I will be sent elsewhere.
Have you ever faced beings like these before, Dandroffen?
No. In some ways, this is my first case, job, task.
So are we heading back? I think we might be on a timetable here.
I'm leaving, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you heading back now?
Yes.
If you remember, the warning was given to not just those underwater when we first got here. It was given to those above water as well, from the psychopumps.
I'll cast sending. Is
The ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with someone answer. I'll cast.
Well, you guys-
It's
Don't pick up
night.
the sending phone.
Does the ship answer?
Who would does a nice well?
Yeah,
We all got
wet
that
for us
warning.
or Archie.
I'll
Any of them.
do Thresh.
Okay.
I'm saying like
I mean, if you don't want to play through, everything seems fine.
perfect.
Should just be like, yep, all good up here.
Didn't see
No-
anything.
No,
nothing.
no enemies, nothing.
All right, ship's good.
I mean, it's still raining, but they're not in the rain.
As we're kind of settling to leave, I would just say to Verus, the last thing I want to impart to you is that I get it. Not to the same degree, no, but understand that knowing that my life caused another to lose theirs, there is not a day that goes by that I have not tried to earn such a sacrifice.
She looks to you and she says, I've long since given up any resentment I hold towards you, but
More than resentment, the part that does not that makes me sad is not any ire towards me. It is the fact that you don't deserve to hold such a weight. You don't deserve to have that burden of guilt or sadness weigh on you so heavily. And even if inadvertently I'm a source of that, I'm sorry. Even if it is not out of hatred, but sorrow or loss, from the deepest core of my being, am sorry that I am that to you.
Yeah, she kind of stands there for a bit. And then she says, I appreciate you saying so.
I just nod.
I jump in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd follow after.
She, before you jump in, she says, good luck.
You as well.
The two of them jumped in. I would say, Eamon, I can catch up. I have just a couple more questions.
I will stay with you.
I'm twice as fast as.
I'm not worried about you catching up. I'm worried about you not leaving this place.
Okay.
She would say, no harm will come to him. Here.
We didn't want to send someone back alone. I don't want to leave someone alone with a death knight.
It
doesn't quite feel.
It's fine if he stays. We need to be moving, and I know I travel 40 feet in water. So, What do you know of Uchido?
I know not that name.
She communes with psychopomps. Recently entered the boneyard.
Do you know what she looks like?
I would describe what she looks like.
She says, what? May I ask why you are curious about her?
Just please answer the question.
She is the one that allowed this. She kind of motions to the side of the cave where you guys knew that portal was held open.
She's the vessel?
More of an anchor. She is a mortal with a connection to the boneyard, meaning she can serve as an anchor for entry from the boneyard in a larger scale to the mortal plane.
What of her now?
She returned.
Safely?
I would assume so. Though the magic she held probably put some strain on her.
Did she have a choice?
I am unsure. I did not communicate with her. She was in a meditative state.
When you go back,
She'd not.
will you be able to commune with Grim? Can you give him a message?
Yes.
Tell him that everything is changing. And if he's not on the right side of that change, he will be removed.
She would nod.
Have a great day. And I just jump in the water.
Okay, cool.
I desperately try to follow you. I hang on to your shoestrings or something.
Yeah. Just for the sake of movement, you can swim
Try really
extra
hard.
hard and just catch up to him.
Use my wind underwater like a propeller.
You're drafting him like a racing game. You're using his jet
just
stream.
swim behind Diego so he cuts the current. Yeah, so you guys going back?
Yep. Swimming as fast as possible.
Nothing, no status from Magnis at all.
Nope. I mean, but you would know that.
Can we see
It's
the
blocked.
dome still?
Yeah, you
Like
can
the
see
dome's
it.
still a thing?
You can definitely see it because you can see through the water
Okay.
in a much easier way. But yeah, the dome
Just in
is
case it
definitely
was
still a
like
thing.
shattered. Or,
How,
Yeah.
Didn't turn
how
into a
big
giant
of the
skull.
gate? How big is the gate?
It's 50 feet wide, 50 feet tall. It's arched at the top.
Okay. If I'm massive, can they hold on for me to get places faster?
Yeah. Well, how big would you be, actually in size? Because you could serve as a mount.
Doesn't that form hurt
Theoretically.
people on contact too?
That's a specific thing I can do. Huge.
I mean,
those-
fuck it. If you're in the water, you can just hold on.
Well,
sure.
because Ren and
mean,
I
you
can
won't
also
technically-
swim faster.
Well, no, I go 90.
oh, Jesus.
You technically won't be mounted, but for the sake of long travel,
Yeah.
I would allow
When
it.
we get closer to the dorm.
Well, how long does it last?
It lasts a minute. So I was gonna say when we get close enough, I'm gonna go into that form so I enter as the sea serpent. But
Okay,
we'd get
you won't
him.
be in the water.
It has stats for outside water combat.
Okay, cool. I'm just letting you know that.
Well, you just time it so it drops as
So-
soon as you
Oh,
get
yeah,
in there.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. I just
Oh.
want us to make up some sort of speed.
Can
sure.
you explain what you're doing?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will.
So first,
Yeah.
you guys travel most of the way in a minute of 90 feet, I don't even fucking know. It doesn't really matter. You're making up some time.
That'd be
The
30,
specific stuff I'm not too worried about. I'll just take that into account, obviously.
Okay.
Because, like, it's just the exact math isn't important. But yeah, so what does it look like?
I'd get monstrosity form. So basically, as I'm swimming, you would see, like, as I'm, like, writing this huge, long, like, complex, like, equation. And it just, like, wraps around me, and I just become grow into a huge battle form, which is 15 feet.
Yeah, it's like it's a step above Perrin and a step below the dragon, so it's a pretty wide range of what it can look like.
I just like it's kind of like a very longer version of Godzilla.
All right. Editor, insert suspenseful chase music. Thank you.
I hate when you say this. I hate this bit because it's just me. Okay.
We'll put it in post. I grab the tail, I suppose.
I'd have like spines that you guys like just grab onto.
Yeah. Yep. And you want to time it so you guys are all just going through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why
Wand
doesn't
at the
everyone
ready.
give me either an acrobatics check or a reflex save to land on your feet?
God damn it.
Do they get
Quick, what?
Do they get a bonus because this is just cool?
No, they're having to roll it because you guys are moving so quickly.
What about strength to steal myself?
No. Acrobatics or reflex?
Do
What
I?
about intimidation to make you let
No.
me do
Do I have to
stuff?
roll it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're
This is like normal speed for
touring
me.
into a rat. No, it's not.
Reflex it is.
I'm an elf. I always land on my feet.
No, that's cat folk.
I'm going to use Guided by the Stars.
Okay. I will say it's just to land on your feet.
I want to look cool, damn it.
Okay.
This badass entry and Ren's just tumbling,
Yeah.
flopping like a fish.
Nat 20, hell yeah. I superhero land.
Nat 20.
You land punching the air.
28.
29.
20,
Can I make an intimidation
3.
roll to see if I scare anybody?
No.
20, 23.
So you all land on your feet. So give me a second. I'm going to give you what you all take in like a moment, but obviously it's going to take me longer than a moment to explain that to you. First of all, as soon as you enter through the door, Magnis is dead because you have status, and you know that. You see the kind of that open area of grass, of like metallic grass that leads to the tree line, that is completely covered in this thick white spider. Magnis is dead, and presumably every android in the dome has been returned to the vault. Will the party find a way to revive Magnis? Will they be following in Magnis's footsteps? Will they be coming to blows with Grimm? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.